you'd be forgiven for thinking they'd won the World Cup. In fact, despite beating France, South Africa became the first host country to be knocked out after the group stage. Meanwhile, former Man United star Quinton Fortune feels that more South African players need to follow in his footsteps.
Can't really look at the players because the players were put in a position. It's very, very hard for them where they never played at this level before. In SAFA, they're the guys who are in charge of the whole of our football. And they have to look at themselves and think, what can we do to make things better? But we need European-based players.
For Algerian fans, getting to the World Cup was a triumph in itself. Algeria's playoff win over bitter rivals Egypt booked their ticket for South Africa, but defeats against Slovenia and the US brought the Desert Foxes down to earth as they finished bottom of Group C. Nigeria hired manager Lars Lagerbäck just a couple of months before the tournament, but the experienced Swede was unable to work his magic, and defeats against Argentina, Greece and South Korea clipped the Super Eagles' wings and ushered them towards the exit door. Cameroon's Samuel Eto'o was expected to shine on the world stage despite being criticised by his compatriot Roger Milla, but following the tame exit of Paul Le Guen's side, Milla preferred to vent his fury towards another target.
From now on, let's just trust African coaches. They can take the Cameroon team up there with the other very best teams. Let's give these African men a chance instead of hiring foreigners who come just for the money. If you don't give anything back to Cameroon, they don't defend our honour. We can't go on like that.
Like Cameroon, Côte d'Ivoire chose to place their faith in a European rather than African manager. Sven-Göran Eriksson was handed the job just 2 months before the tournament started. And if you throw into the mix Didier Drogba's arm injury and the presence of Brazil and Portugal in Group G, it's perhaps no surprise that the Elephants were packing their trunks after the group stage. Finally, Ghana, the runners-up to Egypt in the Africa Cup of Nations, came through a tricky group to make the second round, as they did in 2006. So with all the others fallen by the wayside, it's now down to the Black Stars to fly the flag for Africa.